Bole Baba ki jai, Jagdambe Mata ki jai, Haryakandashvari Mata ki jai, Vishveshvari Mata ki jai, Bole Baba ki jai. Welcome to this first day of Spring Navrati. We're grateful to be here and have warm enough weather, at least for today. There's snow coming in tonight to do it outside. So if I can get my cords untangled here, we'll begin. So as we'll speak about each day, the 9 days of Navratri are divided into 3 sections. The first section is Mother Durga, and she's the warrior goddess who takes care of all of our demons, meaning those things that keep us from our spiritual aspirations. And after those 3 days, after those are weeded out, and sometimes it feels a little challenging for sure, like having a very confused line here. Then after that, we turn to Mother Lakshmi, and she's the one who fills those voids that we've just eliminated with Mother Durga, with all of her weapons, with more sattvic qualities. Mother Lakshmi, the benign sattvic goddess, praying to her for those qualities. And then finally, on the last 3 days, we turn to Mother Saraswati, asking her to help us in our lives, because we are Rajasic people, living lives. And so we ask her to help us put wisdom and love into our daily lives as we walk through this world of our karmas and our Rajasic tendencies. So, and then each of the 9 days are also, there's a particular goddess. And today's goddess, if I'm not mistaken, is Shalputri. And I'll put the cloth that Sastriji gave to me, asking him to help with the, so today is, the first day is Shalputri, the daughter of the Himalayas. So we'll begin. Bolo Shri Hariya Kandi Bhagwan Ki Jai. Om Pavitra Pavitrava Savavasram Gatopiva Yasmara Purari Kaksham Sa Vivyantara Suchi. Om Purari Kaksha Punatu. Om Ganganapate Namah. Ganganapate Namah. Om Ganganapate Namah. Om Shri Samba Sadashivaya Satgurave Namah. Avahanam Samarpiyami. Om Babaji, Divine Mother, please be with Ramloti and Jonathan and Premanand and Bill as we offer today's fire ceremony to say thank you for everything that's given to us on a moment-to-moment basis, all this beauty, the sun, the warmth, the fire, one another. We also want to remember all the people who have asked for prayers, the person who's sponsoring the fire ceremony today, and those intentions, as well as all the people who have asked for prayers and intentions, and those people who might be ill or suffering or have passed away. Also, we want to remember everyone in the whole world, and also Mother Earth. Please bless us all. We're here on this first day of Navratri, which is Monday, the 12th of April 2021, at the Harikandi Universal Ashram in Crestone, Colorado. Bole Baba Ki Jai. Shri Samba Sadashivaya Satgurave Namah. Asanam Samarpiyami. Om Shri Sambha Sadashivaya Satguruve Namastanam Samarpyami. Om Stanam Samarpyami. I already did that. Avahanam Samarpyami.
Which one goes first?
Then Asanam. Stanam Samarpyami. Om Namaha Shambhavaya Cha Mayobhavaya Cha. Namaha Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha. Namah Shivaya Cha Shivatadaya Cha. Shri Sambha Sadashivaya Satguruve Namah. Panchamrit Stanam Samarpyami. Om Shri Sambha Sadashivaya Satguruve Namah. Shudajal Stanam Samarpyami. Om Namaha Shambhavaya Cha Mayobhavaya Cha. Namaha Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha. Namah Shivaya Cha Shivatadaya Cha. Om Shri Sambha Sadashivaya Satguruve Namah. Sugandim Samarpyami. Om Shri Sambha Sadashivaya Satguruve Namah. Yagyo Pavitam Samarpyami. Om Agnaye Shriste Krite Namasvaha. Om Vardinim Agnim Avahayami Pujyami. Om Chandanam Samarpyami. Om Shri Sambha Sadashivaya Satguruve Namah. Kumkumum Samarpyami. Shri Sambha Sadashivaya Satguruve Namah. Aksatan Samarpyami. Om Shri Sambha Sadashivaya Satguruve Namah. Pushpamalam Samarpyami. Om Shri Sambha Sadashivaya Satguruve Namah. Pushpam Samarpyami. Om Shri Samba Sadashivaya Satgurave Namah. Dupam Samarpyami. Om Shri Samba Sadashivaya Satgurave Namah. Naivedyam Samarpyami. Om Pranaya Swaha, Udanaya Swaha, Apanaya Swaha, Sumanaya Swaha, Vyayana Swaha. Bolo Shri Hariyakandi Bhagwan Ki Jai, Jagdambe Mata Ki Jai, Hariyakandashvari Mata Ki Jai, Vishveshvari Mata Ki Jai, Bole Baba Ki Jai. Om Gananatva Ganapati Gunhavamahe Priyanatva Priyapati Gunhavamahe Nidinatva Nidipati Gunhavamahe Vasumam Ahamajani Garbadam Atmajasi Garbadam Swaha. Om Ganganapati Namah Swaha. Om Vakratundaya Hum Fat Swaha. Om Gungurubhyo Namah Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamhe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Udvarukamiva Bandhanat Mritur Mukshiyam Amritat Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamhe Sugandhim Pativedanam Udvarukamiva Bandhanat Dito Mukshiyam Amritat Swaha. Om Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Mahadevyaye Dhimahi Tana Rudra Prachodat Swaha. Om Hring Shring Haryakandashvaryaye Namah Swaha. Om Hring Namo Bhagavate Mahamanindra Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahamanindra Hring Haryakandi Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Shri Satgurave Namah Swaha. Om Kailash Giri Vare Rame Nivasantam Shushanti Bi Tapmunim Satatam Vande Satya Karunya Rupinam Swaha. Om Yasa Smarna Matrena Sito Bhavati Sadaka Satgurum Dhamman Vande Haryakanda Vasinim Swaha. Om Yasa Kripa Katenshana Dainyo Bhavati Manava Tasyo Padarikam Pranamani Nirantaram Swaha. Om Komalam Hridyam Yasa Komalam Yasa Bhashanam Dandoapi Kamalo Yasa Komalam Gam Namam Yaham Swaha. Om Drishtim Dayamayam Kripa Yapashati Characharam Lokapaka Nidato Raghavesha Rivachata Swaha. Om Satguru Sakunanda Dhyanyam Sadashadam Satyam Param Chinanadam Samsmarmi Hisabada Swaha. Om Hariya Reva Hariya Bhakto Hariya Dhyam Parayanam Hariya Namamritam Pitva Hariya Dam Param Brachet Swaha. Om Yodaraticha Balanam Satganam Dusurdalabam Sarva Sathani Noa Pitra Me Kamavalam Banam Swaha. Om Mama Tandarupena Moadvanta Vinashaka Sarva Bhutat Raposi Mahendra Saja Jivanam Swaha. Om Anandarupam Chidi Shakti Jiptam Nityam Param Brahmasanubhutyam Karunya Purnam Guru Murti Rapam Devim Namaha Jagadishwarim Tvam Swaha. Om Mam Raksha Nityam Jagadabalambe Tvameva Satyam Jagajivanimata Sansara Jamaja Roga Vidyam Madhyam Bajay Harakandavasinim Swaha. Om Shrim 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 Swaha. Om Shrim 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 Swaha. Om Shrim 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 Swaha. Om Hrim 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 Swaha. Om Hrim 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 Swaha. Om Hrim 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 Swaha. Om Klim 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 Swaha. Om Klim 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 Swaha. Om Klim 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 Swaha. Om Shri Mahadev Parvati Sharanam Swaha. Om Shri Mahadev Parvati Sharanam Swaha. Om Shri Mahadev Parvati Sharanam Swaha. Om Shrim Hrim Klim Aim Kamalavasane 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 Swaha. Om Bam Batikaya Apadudane Kuruva Batikaya Bam Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Bam Batikaya Apadudane Kuruva Batikaya Bam Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Bam Batikaya Apadudane Kuruva Batikaya Bam Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Indravacha. Om Namaste Stu Mahamaye Shri Pate Surdapuchate Shanka Chakra Gala Haste Mahalakshmi Namostute Swaha. Om Namaste Gurura Adude Kola Asura Bayamkare Sarva Papa Hare Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute Swaha. Om Sarva Gan Sarva Vadade Sarva Dusta Bayamkare Sarva Duka Hare Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute Swaha. Om Siddhi Bhuti Prade Devi Bhutni Mukti Pradayani Mantra Putra Sada Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute Swaha. Om Ad Antarihita Devi Adya Shakti Maheshwari Yoga Jay Yoga Shambhute Mahalakshmi Namostute Swaha. Om Stula Shukshma Maharodre Mahashakti Mahodare Mahapapa Hare Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute Swaha. Om Padma Asana Shrite Devi Parabrahma Sarupani Parameshi Jagannatar Mahalakshmi Namostute Swaha. Om Sveta Ambaradare Devi Nana Lankara Bhushate Jagatstiti Jaganmatar Mahalakshmi Namostute Swaha. Om Hring Shring Hariakandashvarya Namah Swaha. Om Hring Shring Hariakandashvarya Namah Swaha. Om Hring Shring Hariakandashvarya Namah Swaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmiya Namah Swaha. Om Ambaye Namah Swaha. Om Anandrupaye Namah Swaha. Om Parambaye Namah Swaha. Om Abhishsiddhidaye Namah Swaha. Om Durgaye Namah Swaha. Om Ambikaye Namah Swaha. Om Jagadavalambhaye Namah Swaha. Om Parmesaniyaye Namah Swaha. Om Karlaye Namah Swaha. Om Shivdaye Namah Swaha. Om Yanmurtiaye Namah Swaha. Om Ishvaryaye Namah Swaha. Om Yogmayaye Namah Swaha. Om Shriyaye Namah Swaha. Om Sadaye Namah Swaha. Om Mahendraye Namah Swaha. Om Shaktiyaye Namah Swaha. Om Rodraye Namah Swaha. Om Matriyaye Namah Swaha. Om Savitriyaye Namah Swaha. Om Vedmurtiyaye Namah Swaha. Om Kalyaye Namah Swaha. Om Siddhidatriyaye Namah Swaha. Om Vadunaye Namah Swaha. Om Sarvamangaladattriyaye Namah Swaha. Om Ishtatriyaye Namah Swaha. Om Nityaye Namah Swaha. Om Taraye Namah Swaha. Om Chandikaye Namah Swaha. Om Jagadavalambaye Namah Swaha. Om Vishveshvaryaye Namah Swaha. Om Jananaye Namah Swaha. Om Vardaye Namah Swaha. Om Rajashvaryaye Namah Swaha. Om Shankaryaye Namah Swaha. Om Shivaye Namah Swaha. Om Jayankaryaye Namah Swaha. Om Anandrupaye Namah Swaha. Om Chidishakti Deeptaye Namah Swaha. Om Vidyaye Namah Swaha. Om Paraye Namah Swaha. Om Karuna Purnaye Namah Swaha. Om Guru Murti Rupaye Namah Swaha. Om Divyaye Namah Swaha. Om Siddheshvaryaye Namah Swaha. Om Parvatyaye Namah Swaha. Om Divyaye Namah Swaha. Om Ankaryaye Namah Swaha. Om Parameshvaryaye Namah Swaha. Om Purnaye Namah Swaha. Om Vidyaye Namah Swaha. Om Paramayaye Namah Swaha. Om Mahamayaye Namah Swaha. Om Shivdaye Namah Swaha. Om Sarvagatyaye Namah Swaha. Om Katyanaye Namah Swaha. Om Bhavtadinaye Namah Swaha. Om Harikhani Bihariniyaye Namah Swaha. Om Tarinayaye Namah Swaha. Om Havidyaye Namah Swaha. Om Padmaye Namah Swaha. Om Maheshvaryaye Namah Swaha. Namah Swaha. Om Shivdutyaye Namah Swaha. Om Shivpriyaye Namah Swaha. Om Mahavidyaye Namah Swaha. Om Parameshvaryaye Namah Swaha. Om Mohiniyaye Namah Swaha. Om Annapurnaye Namah Swaha. Om Sarvgatyaye Namah Swaha. Om Tripusandariyaye Namah Swaha. Om Chandikaye Namah Swaha. Om Taraswiniyaye Namah Swaha. Om Ranjandikaye Namah Swaha. Om Ramaye Namah Swaha. Om Vedmurtiyaye Namah Swaha. Om Saraswatyaye Namah Swaha. Om Udadiniyaye Namah Swaha. Om Bhadrakalyaye Namah Swaha. Om Mahadev Priyankaryaye Namah Swaha. Om Kalyaniyaye Namah Swaha. Om Mangaladayiniyaye Namah Swaha. Om Shristimayaye Namah Swaha. Om Anantyaye Namah Swaha. Om Dayanyaye Namah Swaha. Om Jagadatriyaye Namah Swaha. Om Nandyaye Namah Swaha. Om Muktipradaye Namah Swaha. Om Hring Shring Mahamayaye Namah Swaha. Om Param Divyaye Namah Swaha. Om Bhuvaneshwaryaye Namah Swaha. Om Siddhi Devyaye Namah Swaha. Om Bhavaniyaye Namah Swaha. Om Radhaye Namah Swaha. Om Janantyaye Namah Swaha. Om Amritaye Namah Swaha. Om Krishnaye Namah Swaha. Om Chandarupiniyaye Namah Swaha. Om Vishvamayaye Namah Swaha. Om Yoginiyaye Namah Swaha. Om Indraniyaye Namah Swaha. Om Kapaliniaye Namah Swaha. Om Bhairavyaye Namah Swaha. Om Kundaliniaye Namah Swaha. Om Kankaliaye Namah Swaha. Om Narsingyaye Namah Swaha. Om Hring Shring Haryakandeshwaryaye Namah Swaha. Om Hring Shring Haryakandeshwaryaye Namah Swaha. Om Hring Shring Haryakandeshwaryaye Namah Swaha. Om Shri Ram Ramaya Namah Swaha. Om Shri Ram Ramaya Namah Swaha. Om Shri Ram Ramaya Namah Swaha. Om Kling Krishnaye Govindaye Gopijana Balabhaya Namah Swaha. Om Kling Krishnaye Govindaye Gopijana Balabhaya Namah Swaha. Om Kling Krishnaye Govindaye Gopijana Balabhaya Namah Swaha. Om Hang Hanumante 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 Namah Swaha. Om Dam Datrayaye Namah Swaha. Om Dam Datrayaye Namah Swaha. Om Dam Datrayaye Namah Swaha. Om Gom Gorshnataya Namah Swaha. Om Gom Gorshnataya Namah Swaha. Om Gom Gorshnataya Namah Swaha. Om Bam Brahmane Namah Swaha. Om Bam Brahmane Namah Swaha. Om Bam Brahmane Namah Swaha. Om Vim Vishnave Namah Swaha. Om Vim Vishnave Namah Swaha. Om Vim Vishnave Namah Swaha. Om Sang Saranaya Namah Swaha. Om Sang Saranaya Namah Swaha. Om Sang Saranaya Namah Swaha. Om Sung Suryaya Namah Swaha. Om Sung Suryaya Namah Swaha. Om Sung Suryaya Namah Swaha. Om Gong Gautami Gangaye Namah Swaha. Om Gong Gautami Gangaye Namah Swaha. Om Gong Gautami Gangaye Namah Swaha. Om Varunaye Namah Swaha. Om Varunaye Namah Swaha. Om Varunaye Namah Swaha. Om Vaivaye Namah Swaha. Om Vaivaye Namah Swaha. Om Vaivaye Namah Swaha. Om Navgrahada Vibhyo 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 Namah Swaha. Om Aing Hring Kling Chamundaya Vichaya 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 Swaha. Om Imasamadivaya Namah Swaha. Om Imasamadivaya Namah Swaha. Om Imasamadivaya Namah Swaha. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Naha Prachodat Swaha. Om Bhurva Swa Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Naha Prachodat Swaha. Om Bhurva Swa Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Naha Prachodat Swaha. Om Bhurva Swa Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Naha Prachodat Swaha. Om Bhurva Swa Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Naha Prachodat Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya 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 Swaha. Om Shri Haryakandi Namah Swaha. Om Shri Haryakandi Namah Swaha. Om Shri Haryakandi Namah Swaha. These are your last 5. Om Shri Astar Devatabhyo Namah Swaha. Om Shri Kul Devatabhyo Namah Swaha. Om Shri Gram Devatabhyo Namah Swaha. Om Shri Stan. Sorry. Shri Swaha. We on Stan? Om Shri Stan Devatabhyo Namah Swaha. All of this.
What?
Time to stand up. How's that foot? Okay?
Good today.
Good.
I did a little different. Your leg go to sleep this time.
Watch the cord, please. Here, Bill, do you want some? Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Om Ring Sange Saparivare Savahane Sarayudae Nanabijade Stratye Shima Kalye Shima Lakshmi Shima Sarasvatya Dasmahavidya Swarupanye Sharakandashvarya Sharakandashvarya Cha Mahahutim Samar Piyami Namah Swaha. Bolo Shri Haryakandi Bhagwan Ki Jai Jagdambe Mata Ki Jai Haryakandashvari Mata Ki Jai Vishveshvari Mata Ki Jai Bole Baba Ki Jai. 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 Rakahanda Viha Jagamana Harini Maya Jagamana Harini Jaya Mahide Deshi Jaya Mahide Deshi Jaya Jagadahamba Shive Om Jaya Jagadahamba Shive Akila Vishvatamahari Jnana Prasarini Hai Maya Jnana Prasarini Hai Jyoti Hirmay Jagadishi Jyoti Hirmay Jagadishi Jaya Jagadahamba Shive Om Jaya Jagadahamba Shive Baba Vitri Branti Baya Jantakavari Ayakahantakavari Daya Dravita Saveshi Daya Dravita Saveshi Jaya Jagadahamba Shive Om Jaya Jagadahamba Shive Har Har Chitta Shankare Har Om Namo Bhagavati Pate Har Kandi Om Harya 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 Kandi Harya Kandi Om 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 Harya Kandi Jai 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 Jai. Hosha. Sabdan. Shri Shri Mahaprabhuji Padadrehe. 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 Here we have Baba's Darshan and Muniraji, Old Harakan Baba. And we go to the Divine Mother. We'll do that after I do the discourse. And we'll move up here to the Divine Mother. As we listen to the discourse on the Srimad Devi Bhagavatam. And today, as I said, we're going to begin at the very first of this very large book. And let me just make sure that you can also see that. Let's see here. A little bit further. There we go. See everything now. Begin at the beginning of the Srimad Devi Bhagavatam. And we'll learn more about who wrote it and who is now reciting it in this. Mother Saraswati Mata Ki Jai. I'm just going to take a little water. Bole Baba Ki Jai, Jagdambe Mata Ki Jai, Mother Durga Mata Ki Jai. I meditate on the beginningless Brahma Vidya, who is of the nature of all consciousness. May she stimulate our buddhis, our minds, our consciousness, to the realization of that. Sunaka, who's one of the munis in this sacred place, said, O highly fortunate Sutta, O noble Sutta, you are the best of persons. You are blessed inasmuch as you have thoroughly studied all the auspicious Puranas. O sinless one, you have gone through all the 18 Puranas composed by Vedavyasa, and these are endowed with 5 excellent characteristics and full of esoteric meanings. O sinless one, it is not that you have read them like a parrot, but you have thoroughly grasped the meaning of them, as you have learned them from Vedavyasa himself, the son of Satyavati. Now it is our good merit that you have come to this divine, holy, sacred forest, free from any defects of the Kali Yuga. O Sutta, these munis assembled here are desirous to hear this holy Purana, which yields all religious merits. So describe this to us with your mind concentrated, O all-knowing Sutta. Narrate to us the Purana, equivalent to the Vedas. O Sutta, those persons that do not hear the Puranas are certainly deprived by the Creator, though they apparently have the organ of hearing, the power of tasting the sweet essence of words, because the organ of hearing is gratified then, and then only when it hears the words of the wise men. Just as the organ of taste is satisfied then and then only when it tastes the 6 kinds of rasas, the flavors, taste, sweet, sour, pungent, bitter, salty, and astringent. This is known to all. The serpents that are void of the organ of hearing are enchanted by sweet music. Then why should not those persons that have the organ of hearing and are averse to hearing the Puranas be thrown under the category of the deaf? O Sutta, hence all these Brahmins, being distressed and concerned and worried about the fear of the coming Kali Yuga, have come here to this sacred place that Brahma pointed out to us as a safe place to be during the Kali Yuga, eager to hear attentively the Puranas, and are staying here with this one object. Those that are fools while away their times in sports and other activities, and those that are learned pass away their times in meditating on the sastras. So describe, please, Sutta, this holy Srimad Devi Bhagavatam, always beloved by those who desire mukti or realization, the secret work yielding the liberation, holy and full of all sentiments. Sri Sutta said, I am highly fortunate. I consider myself blessed, and I am purified by the Mahatmas, the high-souled persons, inasmuch as I am questioned by them about the highly meritorious Purana, famous in the Vedas. I will now speak in detail about this Purana, approved by all of the Vedas and the secret of all the sastras. O Brahmins, I bow down to the gentle lotus feet known in the 3 lokas of the Devi Bhagavati, praised by Brahma and the other devas, Vishnu, Shiva, and the others, as their source of liberation. Today I will devotedly describe in detail and in plain language this Purana, which is the best of the Puranas and gives prosperity and contains all the sentiments that a human being can conceive, the Srimad Devi Bhagavatam. May the highest primal Shakti, who is known as Vidya in the Vedas, who is omniscient, who controls the innermost of all, and who is skilled in cutting off the knot of the world, who cannot be realized by the wicked and the vicious, but who is visible to the munis in their meditation, may that Bhagavati Devi give me always the buddhi fit to describe this sacred Purana to you. So then we have a book of 1,300 pages, and I want to skip toward a little bit into it, where he actually describes the Navrati that we are about to begin. Hear about the vow of the auspicious Navrati. This is to be performed with loving devotion and in both the vernal season and in the autumn season. The 2 seasons, autumn and spring, are famous in the teeth of Yama, the god of death, and these are the 2 seasons very hard for the persons to cross over. Therefore, every God-fearing man should everywhere perform this vow very carefully. Therefore, the wise should unquestionably worship with great devotion the Chandika Devi in these auspicious months of both spring and fall. So on the day previous to the commencement of this vow, one should collect the materials that will be required for the worship and should only eat once a day or fast completely, and build and have ready the Havankund or the Vedi. One should then invite the Brahmins that have observed fully the customs and usages, who are self-restrained and versed in the Vedas, especially those who are skilled in the ceremony of worshipping the Devi. Next, on the first day of the bright half of the moon, one should take one's morning ablutions in a river, a lake, tank, or well, or in one's own residence, according to what he does for his daily practices. Afterwards, he should appoint the Brahmins and give them water for washing their feet and oblations of honey and milk, and give them as his means permit, clothing and ornaments to them. If he happens to be rich, he should never show any miserliness here in making these gifts. The Chandipat, the reading of the book called Chandi, and the reading of the Srimad Devi Bhagavatam are done on this occasion for the satisfaction of the goddess. When the ceremony has been thus commenced, one should place on a raised platform and altar the throne fitted with double silken cloth, and on the throne he should place the image of the Devi, which we did this morning. The eternal world mother is to be 4-armed or 8-armed, fully provided with all the weapons, ornamented with garlands of pearls and jewels, decorated with various ornaments and gems and precious stones, wearing excellent heavenly clothing. That's the Devi puja that we do each morning. One should place on one side all the materials of worship in the due places, and then have the music and other sounding drums played for the good fortune and prosperity of the family. On the previous night, one should observe fasting, or on the previous day, one should take only one meal. And on the next day, one should make a sankalp, a vow of the purpose to perform this rite, and then begin the worship. One should pray before the goddess thus: "O Mother, Mother of the world, I will perform this excellent Navratri vow. Please be pleased to help me in every respect." One is to observe as far as possible all the rules enjoined in this vow, and then utter the mantras and do the worship according to the prescribed rules. First of all, one should worship duly the goddess, Jagadatri, presenting her with chandan, sandalwood paste, kumkum, aksatam, agaru, fragrant wood, and all kinds of beautiful flowers and jewelry, sweet and malas, and offer incense and fragrance and the sacred arti lamp. Next, one should present the various fruits, like the coconut and the bananas and the apples, and then offering tasty food with a heart full of devotion. Daily, thrice, one should worship the Devi with various loving articles, and finally make a great festivity with dancing, singing, and music. One should perform worshipping the Kumaris, the young girls, the young children, puja for the satisfaction of the Devi as their means allow. Never one is to show any miserliness in this activity. She who is appearing under the 3 forms as differentiated by the 3 gunas, sattvic, rajas, and tamas, and who is appearing in multiple forms owing to the differentiation of the 3 gunas, again, into various minor differences, I am worshipping her, the Trimurti Devi. She who worships always fares us with auspicious thing, I am worshipping her with devotion. Kalyani, the rewarder of all desires. I am worshipping the Rohini Devi with a heart full of devotion, who is germinating all the karmas in seed forms that have accumulated owing to past deeds. She who, at the end of a kalpa, gathers onto her the form of Kali, all the universe, moving and unmoving, I worship that Kalika Devi with devotion. She who is furious and wrathful and hence is called Chandika, and who killed the 2 demons, Chanda and Munda, I bow down to her humbly with devotion to that Chandika Devi who destroys the terrible sins. I worship the Sambhavi Devi, the giver of all pleasures and happiness, whose form is the Veda Brahma, and whose origin is without any cause, and who is so recited in the Vedas. She who saves from danger her devotees, and who always delivers from various difficulties and troubles, whom all the devas are incapable to know, I worship with devotion that Durga Devi, the destroyer of all calamities. I, with my mind devoted, offer my salutations to that Subhardi Devi, who procures all auspiciousness to her devotees and removes all inauspicious incidents. Thus, people should always worship, giving clothing, ornaments, and garlands, and sweets and various articles. If persons become unable to worship all the days, then advise that they should perform the special worship at least on the 8th day, which is called Asami. On this day, sacred food should be served to the deity. The fire ceremony should be observed. Feasting to the Brahmins and the worship of the Mother Goddess are done with various offerings and the fruits and flowers and in all good quantities. Those who are unable to observe the fasting of the Navratri Puja will reap the same fruits if they observe the fasting the last 3 days of the ceremony. On the 7th, 8th, and 9th days, in these 3 days, if one worships with devotion, one will acquire all the merits. When the Devis worship, fire ceremony, honoring the young children worship, and the feasting of the Brahmas, all these are done, know that the Navratri Puja is completed. No worship or vow or charitable gifts extant in this world can be compared as regards this meritorious effects with the Navratri Puja. On observing the Navratri Puja, one gets riches, crops, children's, grandchildren, prosperity, happiness, longevity, health, and heaven, and even the final beatitude. On the performance of this sacrifice, those who want learning get all the learning, and he who is deprived of his kingdom will get back even his kingdom. Those who have not performed the Navratri ceremony, how can they acquire riches in this world and acquire happiness and peace in the next? He who has worshipped the goddess Bhagavati, Bhavani Devi, with young leaves of the bel tree, besmeared with red sandalwood paste, it is he that will undoubtedly become the king in this world. That man who has failed to worship the goddess of the whole universe, who fructifies all the pursuits of human life, who destroys all the troubles, pains, and miseries, who is all auspicious Bhagavati, Bhavani, that fellow is sure to pass his days in this world wretched, impoverished, and surrounded by his enemies on all sides. When Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Indra, Varuna, Kubara, and the sun, when all these possessing all the wealth and powers and filled with the highest faculties, when they meditate constantly on the goddess in the universe, who is all existence, intelligence, and bliss, then what to speak of the human beings? How is it that persons do not worship this Chandika Devi, the one that leads all human pursuits to success? Why should not the people worship the goddess Bhavani, the bestower of all happiness, whose other names are Swaha and Swada, the mantras under whose intrinsic energies the Devas and the Pitris always get satisfied, and which are recited by all the Munis when they chant in every sacrifice the Vedic mantras, under whose willpower Brahma, the creator, creates all the universe, under whose energy Vishnu, the Deva of the Devas, in this earth and in various forms, comes and preserves the world, and under whose power Shankara destroys the whole universe. Nobody in this whole universe can have his existence without having recourse to the Prakriti Devi, the Sakti incarnate, be he a Deva, a human being, or a bird, or a serpent, Gandharva, Rakshasa, a mountain, or a tree. He cannot move even of his own accord without the help of this force. Therefore, why should not anybody worship the Chandika Devi, the awarder of all desires and wealth? And how is it that a man desiring one of the four objects of human pursuits, dharma, wealth, desires, and the final beatitude, observe not the vow regarding the Devi? O king, once there in time there lived in the country of Kosala a trader. He was poor and miserable, and having under him many relations and dependents in his family, whose provisions he had to provide. He had sons and daughters, and they were very hungry and distressed. That trader was of quiet temper, of a good conduct, truthful, always ready to act religiously, devoid of anger. Daily he used to worship and do his prayers and the guests, and used to take his meals after all the family members had taken their meals. Thus many days passed, when the good trader named Susila, being very much perplexed with poverty and hunger, asked a quiet-tempered Brahmin, O Bhudevi, Deva incarnate on the earth, kindly tell me positively how this state of poverty can be got rid of. O noble-minded, kindly advise me such as preserves my honor. I do not want wealth, nor do I like to be a rich man, O Brahmin. I just want enough to meet with the expenses incurred in maintaining my family. Please advise so that I may be able to earn this much at least. The Brahmin said, O trader, do the vow of Navratri, the most auspicious, and worship the Bhagavati, and perform the sacred fire ceremony, and serve the Brahmins and the Kumaris. Have the Vedas and the Puranas recited, and recite them slowly, the mantras, and try as much as you can to do other concomitant ceremonies, and your desires will all undoubtedly be fulfilled. O best of the... and then he goes on to tell about how there's no other vow superior to this in the whole world, and that even Sri Rama, when he lost his kingdom and Sita and was so distressed, he also performed the Navratri, and as the fruit of this worship, he was able to bridge the great ocean, kill all the demons, as well as is able to become the king of Lanka. He installed Vishana as the throne of Lanka, and at last returned to Ayodhya and reigned there without any enemies. O best of the Vaishyas, Ramachandra of the incomparable powers was able to obtain happiness in this world on account of the influence of the Navratri. Thus the Brahman's words made him his guru and initiated him into the seed mantra of the Divine Mother. And without any laziness, this trader recited slowly the mantras for the 9 nights and worshipped the Devi with great caution and with various offerings. Thus for 9 consecutive years he devoted himself to this sacred ceremony and to the mantra of the Divine Mother. When the 9th year was completed, the great goddess appeared distinctly before his eyes on the night of the great Ashtami, and gave him various boons and delivered the trader from poverty and bestowed on him wealth and other desired boons. Here ends the 27th chapter on the glory of the Divine Mother and the Srimad Devi Bhagavatam. So each day we'll continue with different stories about this, and now we'll do a little bit of chanting to finish up because it says there should be some dancing and music for our beautiful Divine Mother. So let's see if I can find the rest of the musicians so that we can now celebrate this beautiful first day of Navratri. and set up here. This is all like hopefully next Navratri there'll be more people here to us. So today is Monday, so we'll sing both songs to the Divine Mother as well as to Lord Shiva. Jai Mahamaya ki jai, Vishveshwari Mata ki jai, Bole Baba ki jai. Gauri Shankara Jaya Vishwanath Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath Jaya Gauri Shankara Jaya Vishwanath Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath 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 Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath Baba Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath Jaya Gauri Shankara Jaya Vishwanath Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath Jaya Gauri Shankara Jaya Vishwanath Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath 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 Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath Baba Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath Jaya Gauri Shankara Jaya Vishwanath Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath Jaya Gauri Shankara Jaya Vishwanath Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath 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 Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath Baba Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath Jaya Gauri Shankara Jaya Vishwanath Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath Jaya Gauri Shankara Jaya Vishwanath Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath 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 Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath Baba Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath Jaya Gauri Shankara Jaya Vishwanath Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath Jaya Gauri Shankara Jaya Vishwanath Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath 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 Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath Baba Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath
Parvati Mati ki jai, Gauri Mati ki jai, Mahamaya ki jai, Bole Baba ki jai.
Jai Ambe Jagadambe Mata Gauri Jai Ambe Jai Ambe Jagadambe
Mata Ki Jai, Bhavani Mata Ki Jai, Mahadurga Ki Jai, Mahakali Ki Jai, Mahalakshmi Ki Jai, Annapurna Mata Ki Jai, Sita Mata Ki Jai, Radha Mata Ki Jai, Mahamaya Ki Jai, Bole Baba Ki Jai.
Since this is the first day honoring Durga, we'll sing Durga.
Jagudarima, Jagudarima, Jagadambe Jijima, 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 Durgi, Durgi, Durgi Jijima, Durgi, Durgi, Durgi Jijima.
Durga Mata ki jai, Mahalakshmi ki jai, Manapurna ki jai, Ma Saraswati ki jai, Mahatara ki jai, Mahakali ki jai, Kapalini Mata ki jai, Mahamaya ki jai.
Bole Baba ki jai, Jagdambe Mata ki jai. Happy first day of Navratri. I hope this has helped you in your vow of spending these 9 days dedicated to the Divine Mother. And we'll be here again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And we wish you a beautiful rest of your day. We'll be live streaming the Devi Puja at 9, and once again the fire ceremony, chanting and discourse at 11. So Bole Baba ki jai, Mother Durga Mata ki jai, Hare Kandashvari Mata ki jai.